Welcome back to The Reset. I am Sean Tucker, human performance scientist and authority architect. We are here in the living lab documenting the science, the struggle, and the shift for every high-performance dad and founder who is ready to bridge the gap between their ambition and their presence. Most people quit one moment before it pays off. And before I get into that, all I ask is please go ahead and give us a rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, because it helps get in the front of the man who needs it right now. So you're one moment away from achieving what you set out to achieve. And the reality is most people quit before they reach where they're headed. Why is that? Let's unpack it. One big reason, you probably have noticed this in the past within yourself, is that when you're one step away from achieving what it is you really want, you pull out, you stop. Like, oh, do I really want it? And you stop. Another reason is people are so focused on the outcome. You might be so focused on the outcome that you forgot that the process or the journey is the whole point. And so the moment you get there, or the moment just before, you think you haven't made it. But if you just kept going, if you did it for the right reasons, if you did it for the process of getting better instead of the process of getting to the destination, you'd realize that extra little step would have been totally worth it. Because it's not about taking that leap to the destination. It's actually just about enjoying the next step. And most people quit because they're not committed to themselves. They're committed to the goal, but the goal doesn't actually have any weight. It doesn't have any meaning. When you commit to yourself and the promises you make yourself, and you select and choose that consciously every single day, it's not because you just said, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to smash it out. If that's you, that's awesome. But if you don't enjoy it and you're still making yourself do it because you're a man of your word, I would have a good hard look in the mirror. Because that good hard look in the mirror is going to reveal some truths about yourself. If you're making yourself unhappy just because you said, I have to do this task, or I have to commit that I don't know, number of days or whatever it is, just because I said I have to do it, I would much rather have or be around the man or the people who have the intention, they want to do it, and every single day they choose to do it, not because they have to, but because they want to. It's a very, very different energy. And trust me, it's very subtle. It's very subtle. But you'll notice it in the language. You'll notice it in how they show up. Because it's not about just intention. Way more than that. It's where the focus is. It's where the reflections are. It's everything. Because if you just set up and say, I'm going to go do this because these guys did it and I want to prove that I can do it too. It sounds like it's coming from a place of motivation. Probably not inspiration. Inspiration is when you connect to something deeper in yourself and you realize you have what it takes. You have something inside that wants to come out of you in the most beautiful, expressed way. And I think it's pretty cool. Whatever that is. Sometimes, in many cases, running away from something, like that motivation is needed. You need to get so far away from where you were in order to see just the kind of person you were. And if that keeps continuing, if you don't actually become conscious of it, you will end up at a point where you're radically unhappy. Not because you made the wrong choices, but because you didn't make conscious choices. You honored your promise, but you did it in a way that you're not selecting it consciously. So if you want to be whatever it is you want to be, do it. Don't whinge and cry about it because it's hard. And don't whinge and cry about it because you said, oh, I have to do it because I said I had to do it. Or I had to do it because this is just what everyone else told me to do. When you find the thing that you really want to do, that you want to get better at, that helps you become a better version of yourself, and you choose it every single day, even if it's hard, I'd much rather be around that person there. So that brings us to the end of this episode of The Reset. Once again, if you found it helpful, please go ahead and give us a rating on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts, because it helps reach the man who needs to hear this message. If you want to stop being a passenger in your own life and start being the architect of your legacy, make sure you go into the show notes as well. There is a 7-day nervous system reset. It's designed to rebuild the man from the ground up. Remember that most people wait for their life to change. We are the ones who architect our choices. Change your state. Choose how you show up. I am Sean Tucker. I will see you in the next one.